is 3, 2, 1. We are live. Welcome to Filmaholics, episode 36. Welcome, the Fat Boys are back, baby. Come on.
Fat boys.
The boys are back.
Yeah, the boys are back. The boys are back. The boys are back. The boys are back. Hey, howdy, everybody out there. This is, I guess, Dirty Kev 1100 here today. I'm here with the main crew, the main boys, the main guys, the main Fapaholics, the main Fappers, Von Vu and Madame Boo.
Madame Boo, I didn't even notice
I didn't even read that either, Brad. Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
Madame Boo, welcome to the episode, dude. How you doing, buddy?
Thank you. Doing great. You know, I just wanted to honor one of the best movies that was made this last year. Shout out Madam Web. We will get into it real quick for a little quick review when we go through our movies.
Quick, this one might be a Nathan Fielder type talk where all of a sudden we're talking about 20 minutes and what the hell? What the hell? Yeah, but and then I'm glad you checked it out. Honestly, this will be good content for us to discuss. Especially, I think we have like 10 episodes where we discuss Madam Web somehow. So it'll be good.
Yeah, it's good to actually watch something that we're trashing.
Oh, bless you, Kevin.
Bless you, Kevin.
Was I able to not get that on the mic?
We got a little bit, but
I was literally like, it's coming.
This is what the viewers want to hear.
Yeah,
sexy cats.
That's why they're here.
That's why they're here. And hey, you know what? Over 180 downloads from the last episode. I'm telling everyone out there, I'm pretty sure this is all organic. I downloaded just one episode, and then I didn't even download it on Lindsay's phone. So like we just had a bunch of people. So thank you all for coming out, checking this out.
We love Fap Nation.
We love the Fap Nation. You're actually pushing us to where we might actually have to make merchandise, which is kind of funny. I think the whole shtick of this show for a long time was the fact that, we were kind of mocking the idea of getting big. And again, 1,100 may not be anything, 1,200 may not be nothing, but it's still kind of fun. Yeah, it's big to us, man. we were stuck at like 20 downloads at one point, and now we're getting all these downloads. Belgium, we might be doing a Fap World Tour come 2025. It may have to happen if we keep getting these downloads like this, because Belgium's like our number 4 downloader of our podcast.
That is insane.
You know what I mean?
Who are you? Tell us who you are.
Yeah. Speak German. I mean, if we need to bring a German man on, or I guess, what do they speak? German?
Yeah, I was literally just gonna ask if English was.
They speak 3 different languages based on where you are in the country.
Have you been?
Okay.
No, I just heard that part from a friend, and I was like, "That's fascinating."
Oh, that is fascinating. Okay. Well, I mean, I wonder what part of the country we are. It doesn't tell me the city, but yeah, I know that. And then we have Germany as well. Japan, India, we're all over the world. So it's pretty cool to have the Fat Nation out there listening to us. Again, if you came here looking for something else, we apologize. Yeah, this is Filmaholics Entertainment Podcast. Vu, I guess, have I asked you yet? How's everything been for you, man?
Everything's been going well. I'm taking advantage of the nice weather. It's the summertime now, and I'm fully ready for the summer release of TV.
Yeah.
That's big month.
Is this the hottest summer television has ever been? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, with nobody really going and watching ABC, CBS, NBC, it's allowed TV shows to put something like this in the summer. I don't know. To me, I mean, you look at like The Bear. The Bear wasn't a summer TV show. I don't think. I thought it was a show that was released like in the main, kind of the hot, like The Bear. I'm thinking of like when it's like August to December. I feel like it usually is like released then. June, it's being released in June. I mean, House of the Dragon was also, was that a summer release back in the day? Do you remember, Brad?
I believe it was June, July.
Okay, so then I guess, but it's just something that's so different compared to what we were used to, checking out. And I guess growing up, I just never watched TV during the summer. I know Brad really only watched CBS.
Come out all in one when it came out?
Season 2 came all in one, and then season 1 was weekly.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I don't like that. I didn't like it, but Hulu for some reason wants to do that. I don't know.
Wait, you don't like weekly, or do you like?
I like weekly. I like weekly. I don't like it being bingeable.
Oh, okay.
It just means that people have different schedules then.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I
And the
think
pressure's
the new
on to binge.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
season 3 will be all at once, right?
Yeah,
I
it
think.
is. I get
Yep.
nervous though because the discussion doesn't extend. Like you look at something like House of Dragon, we're gonna be talking about it for 10 weeks straight. The excitement's about to happen. I'm very excited about this. You know, when you're thinking of of like Succession, if you're thinking of The Last of Us, it's that weekly television that everyone's talking about it at the water cooler. So
House of the Dragon only is 8 episodes.
8
Yep.
episodes. Okay. Now they're
For
releasing.
whatever reason, they shortened
they're-
it.
I think it was like
What a-
budgetary.
What a fucking 1 hour episode. Sorry for swearing 5 minutes in, but 1 hour. There's 70, like 72 minutes for the second episode.
Jeez.
That's absurd. That's a movie.
Load us up.
Yeah.
man.
Give me
it to
more.
Honestly, yes. Give me more content.
More.
Yeah, and then I just read today that what's his name? R.R. Martin? Is that his name?
George R.
George. Apparently, he's creating a book about 10,000 sales. Finish the damn series, man. What are you going off branching on other shit? When I heard he was doing Elden Ring, I'm like, where's my Game of Thrones? And I don't read, so like I don't really care. But I want to know if it was actually going to be better than what they put on TV.
I would hope.
I don't think he has it. I don't think he's going to finish the series writing. I mean, what do you think, Brad?
Isn't he old?
Yeah, he's
Very
old and he's large. I mean, it's been over a decade.
Well, if there's a job for an old, large guy, it's writing. So, I mean,
he keeps procrastinating. He keeps going off on his little projects.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Fuck that.
Yeah.
Finish the book. You got 2 books to do. You've already got 5.
Yeah.
Just finish it.
Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, I would agree. It's one of the greatest. I mean, it's the Filmaholic Best HBO Show award winning. You know, he is the creator of that. So, yeah, let's get him back in here. But yeah, I mean, we don't have a ton of topics here today. I'll dive. We'll bring it back here. Okay, onto the narrow path, the yellow brick road, which leads to our podcast. And what we're going to discuss today is one, we got a great tournament for y'all. So we don't have a ton of news. I feel like in the last week there hasn't been a ton of news unless I'm missing out on something. I know I messaged you guys like on some Game of Thrones, like how each episode is going to be really long, at least an hour, I think, for the new House of the Dragon. But the real news that we have today, I just want to discuss, is just box office. I mean, it's maybe the surprise hit not only in the summer but of the year is that Bad Boys had over $100 million. It was $100 million budget, and it made its entire budget back in its first weekend internationally. Over 100. It was 144 million, if I recall.
Jeez.
I mean, Will Smith just came back and slapped the entire world right in the face, saying to everybody, "Hey, you can't cancel me. I still am the king of summer movie making." Are you guys surprised seeing this? I think we kind of made fun of this when we were like Bad Boys 4.
Wait, this is the 4th one?
Yes, this is the 4th one, and apparently somebody died in the last one, and like they're going with like the Fast and Furious route with this, where it's getting absurd and yada yada. But okay, what do you guys think? I mean, does this make you want to see it now that people are and it's got good reviews?
Oh man, I don't know. I feel like surprised.
Yeah, I feel like I need to watch the first 3 first. Have you guys seen the first 3?
Yes, I have. Too. I saw the first. Yeah, I've seen the first. The third one's good too. It's honestly an honorable trilogy beforehand, but I don't think anybody expected. Nobody wanted a 4th. No one's asking.
Yeah, I definitely saw those movies way too young.
Yeah.
First one came out in 95.
Wow.
Oh my God. And then the second one's like 2002 or something. 2003. Yeah. Okay.
Still
8 years. And then the next, dude, they really do go like 8 years in between. That's kind of crazy.
I feel like it's a good A-list movie.
No, exactly. Turn your brain off. Watch something fun. I mean, it looks like they got some cool cinematography. Will Smith released. Mm-hmm. It looks fun. I mean, I think that's the big thing. And honestly, I'm kind of a fan of them being like a Fast and Furious in the way that they're absurd action and things like that. I like the absurdity of it also. I don't know. I mean, Vu, I'm not gonna lie. Tell me if I'm wrong and tell me if I'm being a little too judgmental here. Isn't this kind of a movie you would like?
I don't even know what this. It's about like two cops, right?
Yeah,
Just
I
taking
think
on
so.
crime. I
Yeah.
feel like I would enjoy this movie.
Yeah, like Will Smith, like in his prime, doing some good. I mean, I don't know. Again, this is me being judgmental. It seems like a
I would be adding this to my list now of
yeah.
movies that I need to watch.
I just think check it out. Let us know what your thoughts on this, and if it should be in the trilogy rankings next time we do one. But
Good point.
yeah, but I mean, Voodoo. I mean, do you actually want to see this movie? And also, how the hell does this movie make more money compared to Fall Guy? Compared to Furiosa? Like
Garfield movie?
Garfield's making a ton of money. Yeah, Garfield. This is summer Garfield.
Chris Pratt's got the touch.
He does. Why do you think people are coming out to this compared to those two movies?
Maybe just like the built-in fan base already. Like I feel like there's a pretty good following for Will Smith and like the Bad Boys trilogy so far.
Mm-hmm.
And Martin Lawrence, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad the fact that we never had Will Smith on the top actors list. Like you look back on it, he really has been canceled these last couple of years. You just forget about it. But Will Smith, if you look at his box office career, he was like number one for the longest time. In the history. Like he's got a lot of movies. I mean, if you look at, and he's never been a part of Marvel. He's never been a part of Disney,
He doesn't need a franchise.
Warner Brothers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he's like a Tom Cruise in a way where they have like that, they don't need that superhero buzz or rub to get them to become successful.
I will say, looking at his filmography, Men in Black, that shit slaps.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. No, that's a great, is that a trilogy too? Men in Black?
I think there's a third now. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there is a third. Yeah.
Maybe he does have some franchises.
yeah. I mean, there's some other ones it's like Enemy of the State. I just watched recently. That's a really good movie.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness. I Am Legend.
Yeah.
I Am Legend. Okay, Independence Day.
Banger.
Yeah, and these are movies that weren't part of franchises. They were really built on the back of Will Smith.
iRobot.
Yeah. I mean, someday when we do it all, when we do the all-time sitcoms, I think Fresh Prince of Bel-Air has to be on there.
Oh, for sure.
I've watched every episode. It's an amazing show.
Yeah, the last episode gets me every time.
Yeah. Oh my God, no, the episode with that one, and then the episode where his father shows up, and he hasn't seen him, and he has range. Like that's one thing about Will Smith is he has range. There's no doubt. Now, is the range coming out in these movies? Let's bring it back to I guess into what the hell are we talking about?
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. When you're talking 80% of the time, it's hard to keep doing it, and we're live. But yeah, I mean, I guess, is Will Smith a superstar? Yes. Is he the reason why this made $100 million compared to Ryan? Is he a bigger superstar than Ryan Gosling now?
I would say yes.
Historically,
right now, yes.
Like that kind of blows my mind. I guess we don't think about Will Smith internationally is probably huge. Like we're not looking at the other markets.
Yeah. Plus, Will Smith's been around for 30 years.
That's true.
Like,
yeah.
He's had time.
He looks good. He looks good for the last 30 years, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm just very surprised by this, and this might be like the biggest hit of the summer, honestly, when it comes to box office. I mean, right now, I think it's competing against Planet of the Apes, which Planet of the Apes has already doubled its budget, or like it's made over double. Like it's going to be the sleeper hit when it comes to box office this year. So there's definitely going to be more Planet of the Apes coming our way.
We predicted that, didn't we? That Planet of the Apes was going to be like the movie of the summer.
I think I still had Deadpool. I think that was a surprise one. I think I guess I thought Fall Guy was going to be bigger. When looking back on it, I really did think that people were going to, like, it seemed like Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling were on such a hot streak that people were going to want to see more.
And Brad, it was a good movie. I thought it was a superb movie.
Yeah, it was a really good movie. Actually, almost every movie so far has been good.
I thought it was a 10 out of 10 movie.
What? Whoa. No way. What?
Yeah, I thought
did you not discuss this?
I think it maybe when There was some reason I don't think we talked about it or.
Is Brad? Is this the best movie you've seen in 2024?
Oh,
That's a hard question.
20. Let me just check out my letterboxed here.
Oh, I have been bad about that.
Let me just do a quick.
I mean, it's
10 out of
Dune.
10.
It's
That is
Dune.
a
Yeah, you
oh,
saying
true.
10 out of 10 is insane. So that's your second 10 out of 10 of the year, at least.
Oh
wait, unless my
Fall Guy, 10 out of 10. Sicario, I mean, that's an old movie. 10 out of 10.
I love that movie, dude. I'm so glad you enjoyed it from the back of a seat. Oh, no, from your phone.
From my phone.
Yeah, from your phone.
Who directed that one? Wasn't that like a big
Denis
The
Villeneuve.
Dune guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, that might be up there. It just was nonstop enjoyable. It's the perfect Gosling role where you have action, but also like he's funny.
Were you able to go with B?
The witty banter.
Oh, so it was a good date night.
And I also think, Vu, if you haven't seen The Nice Guys, like
I've seen The Nice Guys.
okay, so it's
that's with Russell Crowe, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
so like
yes,
that just reminded me of The Nice Guys. Like it's the perfect Gosling role.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too. I'm excited to rewatch it at home. Honestly, that's how much. I mean, like I said, and I think we're going to talk about it, but like Kingdom Planet Apes, good movie.
Great movie.
You know, like I liked Furiosa. Like, there hasn't been like a bad movie so far this summer.
Not that I've seen in theaters, not yet.
Now, maybe not a ton of people are clamoring to go see them in theaters.
Yeah.
Vu.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
my you guys.
The entire box office relies on you, Vu. Vu's gonna do the red carpet somehow from his apartment.
Live stream.
Yeah,
live
stream.
from my couch.
Yeah, from your iPad.
Yeah.
No, we're all gonna do it. How funny would that be if we somehow just got our way onto the red carpet? I still think that's gonna, like, I've seen crazier shit happen. I don't know how we get there, but whether it's a red carpet for, Human Centipede 4.
That's all up. That's got our name on it.
Yeah.
I feel like we would be the biggest trolls on the red carpet.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. We'll have to start, like I said, we're gonna start doing interviews. But yeah, bringing it back. How the hell did we get here? I guess Will Smith is the superstar. He's never left. And guess who's back? Back again. Will Smith's back. Tell a friend.
Loving the Eminem reference.
yeah, baby. Come on. So yeah, that one just came to me. But yeah, I mean, anything else you guys want to add to this whole situation? And I guess you could say this was an entire summer as well. But yeah, anything you guys want to add?
I just hope that it keeps the momentum going and some other movies get boosted and Deadpool gets, insane people, butts and seats. Like that's what we need.
And I think this is a good segue into what's coming out this weekend in theaters. I think the momentum is going to keep coming and is going to keep going with Inside Out being released this weekend too. Inside Out 2. And when looking at the news, when looking at what the box office predictions for Inside Out 2 are going to be, it is so far going to be the number one rated, potentially even higher than Deadpool and Wolverine right now. Prediction of this summer. Inside Out 2 comes out this weekend, and it has pretty phenomenal reviews. So, Vu, if you don't want to hear this, Brad, if you don't want to hear this, I can go through it quick. I'm very happy to see that the reviews here are fantastic. If you guys want to go into it without having any sort of biases, whatever it may be, but I did want to kind of go through some of the things that were said about it. Do you guys care? Yeah, I mean, we're smart enough to have our own freaking thoughts on things. Let's see.
Let others think for me.
Oh my God! Actually, they're thinking 135 million global opening this weekend. So that's freaking huge. Let's look.
Gun to your head. What makes more money, Deadpool or Inside Out?
I think Inside Out.
Wow.
It's an R-rated film versus the PG film. I think this is what people have been wanting from Pixar, classic Pixar. And I know we talked about this a couple weeks ago about Disney going with sequels going forward. If you can make a good sequel, that's fine by me, I guess. You know what I mean? I wish they would take a little more risk, and they have been trying to, but it hasn't been a ton of success. So, oh Okay, so somebody someone goes, LA premiere night was tonight. Review embargo for the film is up this Wednesday. But for now, somebody goes, no need to be anxious about Inside Out 2. The Pixar sequel approaches growing up in the same funny, inventive, and affecting way as the first movie. It doesn't hit quite as hard emotionally. No take her to the moon moment. Oh, thank God, because that is a phenomenal
Bing bong.
moment. Bing bong. Justice for Bing bong. But it delivers a relatable message in a winning way. Inside Out 2 heralds Pixar back to top form. Everything from animation to story and the introduction of anxiety, envy, and embarrassment makes this one of the best sequels in ages. Filled with great laughs, plenty of Easter eggs, and lots of emotion. This is animated perfection. And then Inside Out 2 is a magical, emotional, and visually stunning. They really managed to reach the high levels of his predecessor. The film has a huge heart, and the new characters add the perfect touch to it. Maya Hawke is a massive standout. Full review comes out on Wednesday. So just going through the quick reviews. I mean, I'm not surprised. It's going to be phenomenal. They brought the same writing team back. They brought some new characters in, of course, but it is always a tall task. There's a reason why we haven't had things like a Up 2. There's a reason I haven't done a Ratatouille 2. There's a reason we haven't done, as much as we say they should do it, they still haven't done it because it's not easy to do. When hearing this, what do you guys think? And does it up your excitement level? And were you guys pretty excited to see it before?
Very excited. Even more excited. I think Inside Out's definitely, as we talked, I think last episode, that's one of the best Pixar movies out there. I'm just curious because it's now going to be 9 emotions. That's a large cast. So I'll just be curious how they play that out because the original 5 emotions worked great together. So I'll be curious.
All right, I'm looking
Pixar's
back. Pixar's back. I think we can agree on that one. I'm sharing the screen here. So Inside Out 2 cast. When looking at this, we've got Maya Hawke. She is in everything, and she's doing the voice. She was the voice of the main actress in Team NT, the cartoon last year.
Oh, April O'Neil?
Yeah. Wait, you know that name that well?
That's the...
No, was that Ao?
No, that's the character's name.
That's the character's name. Oh, damn. Hell yeah, Boo. Good job. I didn't know that was her name. But yeah, I mean, you got Amy Poehler, Louis Black, he's good. Paul Walter Hauser, I'm a fan of. I mean, it's honestly, if you look at it, not the craziest cast, but a lot of names we know.
I'm excited.
Yep.
Vu, did you see the first one yet or no?
I have not. So that's probably what I'll watch this weekend.
Okay, because I'm not gonna lie, if I had to watch Moana,
yeah,
I think you got to be able to check this one.
Did you finish it?
I did finish it. Yes.
Is there a correlation that it was trending on Instagram for a little bit? Get Kev to watch Moana.
Yeah. It was everywhere. People were reposting.
Yeah,
especially in Belgium.
Yeah, especially in Belgium. Yeah. I'm excited to talk about Moana as well. I'm very excited. I think this is one of my top 4 Pixar films of all time, I would say. The first one made me tear my eyes out. I mean, it really did hit me hard the first time I watched it. And it's one of those moments I'll never forget, truthfully, dude. I don't know why. I really felt something with it. And one of those things that it's so great that Pixar, a medium that only creates animation that to people may sound like it's for kids, which we have been the biggest proponents of animation being for everybody. I feel like on this podcast, I really do believe we are. And one of these movies, Inside Out 2, is one of those movies that truly, whether you're someone who doesn't give a crap about movies, I think anybody could have cried or had a feeling and thought to himself, that felt good. After watching that movie.
Well said. I completely agree.
Will you guys be watching this weekend?
I will be. Well, I'm gonna try. I asked Brad if he'd watch with me, but it's gonna be hard because I got a wedding, and maybe Brad, you go if you want. If you don't go Saturday, we can go Sunday.
Perfect.
So, but yeah, I do want to see it this weekend. I'm also maybe gonna see If tomorrow too, just because I've heard again good reviews. So I don't think it was as good as I thought it was gonna be, but so. All right, cool. Anything you want to add to this, Vu? I know you haven't. Or Brad, do you want to add anything as well, buddy?
Just excited. Summer slate is still hot, still going, and that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah. What do you guys
Movies are back?
Bringing up the summer slate. How would you compare this summer to last summer? Do you guys think?
What were the big movies last summer? Barbenheimer? That was like
So
the main event.
Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
We had Elemental. We had Indiana Jones. We had
The Flash.
We had The Flash, Gardens of the Galaxy.
Mhm.
So far, not as many disappointments as last year, maybe.
Yeah, I've been liking these movies.
Yeah, but maybe
Yep.
more movies last year because it was before the strike. Because the strike definitely affected this year
Yeah.
and the movies that came out. I'm trying to remember.
If it wasn't for the strike, we probably get more Marvel movies.
Yeah, I also am glad that we're not getting as many. I think we need
Yeah.
a break. I'm watching a show called Dark Matter on Apple TV. It's phenomenal. It is one of the best shows I've seen in a long time. It is like one of my top shows of the year. And they do multiverse so well in it. I'm watching it the entire time, just pissed off at Marvel for going in with such a basic, dumbass idea of what the and such a failure of an idea of what the multiverse should be. How we have not seen it done this way just blows my mind, and it makes me wonder why the hell did we go in with this multiverse? Like, it's so little. I don't know, but I'm glad we're not doing it. And Deadpool and Wolverine better pull this off better than anything's been pulled off, even better than Spider-Man. No Way Home. It has to be better if you ask me, because we need something to really bring it together.
Yep, exactly.
And Brad, have you heard of that? Have you read the book or something?
Justin's told me a lot about it.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for it to be like over because I don't have Apple, so binge it when it's done. But yeah, I've only heard very good things about the book and TV show.
Oh, it's awesome, man. It's surprisingly, I never expected it to be this good. Lindsay read the book in like a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
dang.
Yeah, man, it's that good. Dwyer read the damn book in a week. I don't think he reads. like I'm just saying, like it's been Lisa, like big fans of it, and they've been hyping me. I'm trying to get me to read it. You know, I don't read.
No one's gonna get you to read.
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah, I watch and I read on the screen. We do subtitles.
The most I'll read is subtitles.
Yeah, damn it. Come on. It's reading and watching. So, but I'm just saying, bringing that back, I guess, to it with Vu's comment. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? I agree with Brad. So far, it's not as many, maybe, but I've liked everything been putting out so far.
I agree.
Slate.
Yep. Quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm. I even like the spring lineup too. I mean, I think February was very bad, Madam Web, but like March had Dong, which made almost $600 million. It is the number one MonsterVerse movie of all time.
Well deserved.
Is that the number one like box office movie this year so far?
It might be, dude. It might be. No, Dune's number one.
Oh, really?
Thank God.
Yeah, Dune's number one. But I mean, it deserves its flowers. Please check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. All right. Well, then I think right now that's all the news I really want to discuss, unless there's anything else I missed, guys.
I just want to quickly bring up, because you brought up Dark Matter, Apple TV. Apple TV is going to have a huge year because we have Severance Season 2 and Silo Season 2 coming out in 2024.
Yeah. Did you guys see the first looks of Severance?
What? No, I haven't.
All right, let's look it up. All right, I was watching the WWDC, which is it's like a conference that Apple does every single year where they announce everything Apple related that's not product related. So usually it's software. And
was that this week?
It was yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
So let's pull it up. Severance Season 2.
Oh, that's so hype. I'm so excited for Severance.
I just think this Dark Matter show is one of the best written shows on Apple TV. I think it's very well written. I think Apple TV, it puts out great content. Right now, Apple TV, I would rather, if there's something on HBO being released that I haven't seen before, haven't heard a bunch of news compared to something on Apple TV has been released or a bunch of news, I'd rather look at Apple TV than on HBO right now. Or on Max.
Especially if it's sci-fi.
Exactly. They nail their sci-fi. But all right. So here's the first look footage, guys. So I'll share this here. Present 7 season 2. Okay, there we go. Coming to Apple TV Plus. All right. Well, I guess we got a lot.
Welcome back. Been a minute.
I can write a story that will set you free.
Oh, how the world keeps on spinning.
Ooh, what's Brad Pitt in?
Yeah.
Out of control.
Our existence is all about choices.
I just need to get to the truth. I did not kill her.
We can't lose the race for the moon. We need to shoot a backup.
You mean to fake it?
We are not finished. We will safely leave the silo.
Oh, how the world keeps on spinning. It goes spinning out of control.
Good work, Watson.
Rory, you are driving recklessly.
I'm in the middle of a high-speed car chase.
Maybe I should drive.
My gut is telling me this is connected. You and I are cut from the same beautiful cloth.
You take that back.
This is not how I work. Feelings mutual. Ready?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait!
Admit it. It's cool. Okay, fine. It was very cool.
Goes spinning.
Let's go.
Wow. Okay. After watching that, Apple TV is the most hyped for this year for me.
Oh,
That
for
looked
sure.
awesome.
Pitt and Clooney together again? What
Yeah,
the first
dude.
time since like Oceans?
Dude, Channing Tatum, Scarlett Johansson, in that I forgot something about going to the moon.
Fly me to the moon.
Yeah, like Fly Me to the Moon looks awesome. Holy cow. All right, Apple
I'm
TV.
pumped.
Apple
Yep.
TV Plus. Hey, you saw it here first, ladies and gentlemen. A day later, but you saw it here first. If you're watching live on YouTube, hopefully we don't get. You know how it'd be cool if we got demonetized because we got big enough to where like there were like too many people watched us. That'd be cool. So get us
Yep.
canceled. Get us canceled, everybody. Cancel us. Get us demonetized. So, anything
I
else, Brad or Vu? Or yeah, any thoughts?
I'm a little worried now that I've seen this for CW++.
Yeah. Yeah, CW plus with his 18 seasons of true, or I don't know,
Smallville.
True crime.
Somebody fix this. Yeah, yeah,
Of cops.
cops. Yeah. We're doing a cops Lord of the Rings mix up with also a mix up of Don John. I don't know. But yeah, CW++, step up your game. We might be the most number one watch thing on the damn app. So
We're the only thing on the app.
yeah, so, hey, don't let the secret out.
Sorry. Oops.
Yeah, come on. But yeah. Well, hey, let's go into our reviews of what we've been watching, and then today we're gonna go for the main event, which is walking through our top villains bracketology tournament challenge. So when looking at this at late critique, who wants to start?
I can.
Jump on in,
So-
buddy.
I finally finished Chernobyl, and wow, what an ending! You know,
Yeah.
the trial at the end was crazy. Them explaining what actually happened, and you know, it's just sad. It's a very sad show. I was kind of yelling. I was like, "Geez, screw the main nuclear physicist that was working that night." You know,
Yeah.
putting people in harm's way. But I think Chernobyl might be my new favorite miniseries from HBO.
Wow. What a,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you're wrong. I really don't
Yeah.
think you're wrong with that take.
Yeah, I like this more than Mayor of Easttown and The Night Of, which are the only other two that I've watched. But
Hey.
it was very good.
That's a good. There you go, man. I remember thinking I loved it. I remember thinking it was top quality TV, and because of that, we went through last week all the writers who came from it, all the directors who came from it. You know, everyone who was a part of that show has become big since. They're not maybe huge, but you know, like they're all solid because of that, and you're always gonna have that on your resume. Brad, anything you want to add to this, buddy?
I'm just happy to hear that he saw it. So now that we've all seen it and we all know and can spread the good word that Chernobyl is top tier drama content.
It really is as good as it gets. It really is.
Must watch. If you have HBO and you have not seen Chernobyl, it needs to be number 1 on your list, I think.
I like it, man. That's a sound bite right there, baby.
Yep.
I love it. All right, next, Vu. I think that's yours as well.
Yep. I have finally watched Iron Claw, and wow, that may be the saddest movie I have ever seen. Rachel was literally sobbing at the end.
So was Lindsay was unwell. Yeah, Lindsay was unwell.
It was just I knew it was gonna be a sad movie, just like what people were talking about it building up to the movie. But I didn't think it was gonna be that sad. I didn't think that it was gonna be that tragic.
Yeah.
Literally everybody in that family was just poisoned, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And definitely probably one of my favorite movie of the year so far that I've watched.
I love to hear that, man. We got to update your Vu list of movies of the year.
We do.
Yeah.
0 Oscar nominations.
Yes.
That is crazy because Zac Efron was fantastic in this movie.
Is it his best besides High School Musical? Is it his best you've ever seen him in?
Oh, for sure. Better than Neighbors and Baywatch.
Yeah. I mean, that scene where he's sitting on his lawn and he has his 2 sons show up and they're like, Dad, why are you, did they ask him why he's crying or why are you looking like
why
that?
He's crying.
And it's just such a, I forgot that was Zac Efron. I literally thought that was the character. Like, I just thought that scene right there was just perfect. Like, it's such a fantastic acted scene.
Yeah.
I think one of the big things that hurt him is he didn't have a monologue. He didn't have a long monologue in the movie where it's like him having this moment of speaking, and I don't know. He just acted throughout perfectly. That's one thing that also kind of hurt him. Unless I'm missing it, unless there's
it's so interesting that like a needed monologue is like the big, like, needed thing. Like, I just think that's so interesting because he blew
throw that criteria out. You know,
blew it away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brian. I mean, it was like your number 2 movie of the year.
Yeah, I think it was easily number 2, and it's so criminal that A24 released it when they did because that's why it had no nominations. All the Oscar people made up their mind, and then this came like the last possible moment. I just thought that was like so poor, terrible choice. You could have gotten Oscars if A24 just didn't release it then.
Yeah, and it's just cool to see like the politics behind wrestling. Like I know nothing about wrestling.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yep, this gives me an insight to a world that like I want to dive deeper into, you know.
And one thing that they did well was they respectfully did it too. I mean, of course, we all know wrestling is predetermined. Some people call it fake, whatever you do. I don't call it that. I mean, what they feel, you could see one of the brothers died because he was wrestling around the world. And he never, because of the just the hustle you have to be to make it, to become famous, you know, in this world. You know, he died, he perished because of it.
Those injuries are real.
Yeah. Hunter Dickinson, which we didn't talk about. We're so dumb. We didn't talk about the Beatles movie. Maybe we can talk about that later or something. But Hunter Dickinson is going to be playing John Lennon in the Beatles biopic, the Beatles cinematic universe. But yeah, I like him a lot. He's a good actor in that movie. He's a good actor in, I forget what other one we watched this last year. He was like a model in it, but I just thought, and then also I told this to Brad, and I think I've told you guys this movie's gonna be a movie in 20 years, or let's say 15, 10 years. We look back and go, wow, all those people who are in it became stars.
Yeah.
Jeremy Allen White, Hunter Dickinson, you know, I would say, of course, Zac Efron. But then who's the female actress? What's her name again? She did a great job as well.
I'm not sure.
She was in Tammy, and she was
Lily James.
Lily James. She did a great job, and I think she's gonna be a big star in the upcoming next 10 years too. So,
she was Cinderella.
Oh, okay. Okay, and then she was in Tammy, and there's
Pam and Tammy.
Pam and Tammy, or Pam and Tommy.
Tommy, yeah.
Pam and Tommy. She was freaking hot in that. But yeah, yeah, I just thought it was a really good movie, and it exceeded all expectations. Anything else you guys want to add to it too?
Just a very well done film. Super sad, but probably my favorite film so far that I've watched this year.
Love it.
So
Love to hear that.
Yep.
It's deserved.
Must watch for sure.
I would agree.
Yep.
All right, what else is on the list, buddy?
The last thing that I've watched this week, Godzilla -1.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yep. Watched it last night. That movie had no business being that good.
Amen.
Like,
Yeah.
that was crazy. Like, the story.
Keep
was
going. I'll be right back
insane.
1 sec.
The story was insane. Like, a love story from like a failed kamikaze fighter that like disrespected his homeland in Japan, comes back to save the day and fight Godzilla. Like, that was way better than the Godzilla vs. Kong movie that I watched.
Yeah, like if you just take out Godzilla, that's still a great movie.
Yes, exactly. Like, you don't.
Which is
Godzilla.
so rare.
Yeah, like Godzilla's not the main focal point, which I loved. Like, it's just a very well written story and well acted too. Like, when you guys watched it in theaters, was it dubbed or was it subtitles?
We watched subtitles.
Okay. So on Netflix right now it's dubbed, which I think
Really?
helps. Yeah. So less reading for me.
Over here in FAP, we're not big readers.
Yeah. But that movie was insane. Like, and the budget was super low, right?
Oh yeah.
So what they did with the visual effects, I was like, that you could have told me that was like $100 million budget and I would have believed it.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the reason it won the award. I mean, I truly believe it.
Plus,
But yeah.
Oscar winning too.
That's what I'm saying.
For
Sorry,
effects, I
Oscar
believe.
winning.
Yeah.
Oscar and Fappy.
And Fappy.
I could totally see why it won a Fappy because that movie was very good. Which I just did not have. Obviously, I had high expectations because you guys hyped it up.
Yeah.
But if you wouldn't have told me anything about it, I would have just assumed it'd be like one of those action movies that's in the MonsterVerse right now, where it's just Godzilla beating up on people.
I'm just so glad that we hyped it up and it lived up to it.
Yeah.
Because that's always my nightmare, that we're like, oh, this is life changing, and then you're like, not for me.
Yeah. But it was a very good film. So I'm glad you guys recommended it and spread the word. You guys knew first too, but like when there were like no ads for the film either.
So I remember I texted Brett. I went, I think this movie. You want to see this movie with me? I think it might be your favorite movie of the year. Like, and I think he was kind of like, okay.
Yeah, I was skeptical, but then
it paid off.
Watching it in theater and it's loud and we weren't even like in a Dolby or an IMAX. We were in a basic
normal theater,
but it was loud and it was just the story. And it's one of those things where everyone doesn't when they go to a King Kong or a Godzilla, you don't want to see a movie about the humans. You know what I mean? We want to see monsters. We want 20 minutes of action.
Yep.
At least. And this one defied it all.
Yeah. It was just done so well, like respecting Godzilla still, but having a story that ties everything together.
And it's kind of screwed movies like Jurassic Park, like the Godzilla world. Like, it's one of those things where now people are expecting cheaper movies with better stories.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. So Fast and
call me
Furious.
crazy. People want good stories.
Yeah, call me crazy. Good writing.
Say who? Crazy.
Vin Diesel actually having to act like not Vin Diesel. That'd be fucking hilarious. A Fast and Furious Godzilla -1-esque film.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a very good weekend of movies for me. Iron Claw and Godzilla -1. I feel like it's going to be hard to top the rest of the year, but hopefully it gets topped.
Dude, Vu, shout out to you actually taking our movies and watching them. I was like, I always get not nervous, but just like cool that you're actually like, all right, I'm going to follow what they say and do it. And you've been on top of it lately. I know how busy you are.
Yep. I always try to watch something from like the episode we record.
Is that kind of fun?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Especially that's hopefully what we have people who listen to the podcast do the same.
Yep. I'm just the average Joe,
Yeah.
I want the Rex. I want to know what to watch, and you guys have been fantastic about putting on what needs to be watched.
And dare I say, you might be kind of knowledgeable now.
Yeah.
You know?
Dare you say?
Hell, I think Brad, knowledgeable. Like, I think that's one thing about the podcast. You do, I think, learn a lot if you listen about it.
100%.
Maybe not everything in the world, but like we do. We're not just like. And today we talk about movies. Are they good or are they bad?
No.
Yeah. Cool, man. All right, and then we got Puss in Boots. Who saw this one?
That's me.
Yes.
I needed a movie just to have in the background at first. I was like, oh, just give me a simple movie in the background. I'll do my homework. And yeah, so I was on Peacock. So I was like, oh, I know they got some of those kinds of movies like Shrek and like Migration, which I want to see too as another in the background. Turns out it's a fucking amazing movie.
Yes.
Wow.
I love that, man.
Like so good. It again has no right to be as good as it is.
Yep.
Like I'll put it up there with like it's TMNT, Monster Mayhem, or Mutant Mayhem, Spider-Man movies. Like it's really good animation, good story.
Death. Oh,
like
he's been running from death.
The Whistle of the Wolf. Like seeing God, what is his name? He plays the little boy. He's the comedian from Chicago. Mulaney. Plays a hilarious character.
Yeah. Very funny.
Highly recommend Vu if you're looking for like a good animated movie that's enjoyable for everybody. It's on Peacock.
This is what I love about this podcast. Something gets added to the list every episode, and the content never ends.
I mean, Brad, call me and you crazy and Vu crazy. Just bring a movie with a good story, like animated with a good.
Insane. I've never heard of it before.
That can be loved by all ages.
Yeah, and it's a triumph movie. Like the idea of like you see him at his lows and you see him come back to where he is. I mean, it's a movie about kind of imposter syndrome. It's about anxiety. It's about
anxiety over death.
Yeah. Like it's the idea of like, am I the guy who I thought I was? You know what I mean? I thought I was invincible in a way. And he really has to deal with that. And because of that, you really do see at the end there, the climax, it truly does hit hard. It is a movie you're like, what the hell is this so good for? Would you agree? Like nobody had any hype for it when it was coming out.
If you would have told me like, oh yeah, go watch the Puss in Boots movie, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, right? They did not need to make that good of a. I mean, that scene where he's having a panic attack and the dog I tear up. Lindsay and I teared up because we thought of Daisy and like.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie. I recommend again.
Yeah,
that's my recommendation for the day, but not the next movie I'm going to review. Madam Web finally got down to hunker down and watch it when I was at the bachelor party 2 weeks ago. When we were not sober, we kept putting it on like 3 a.m. as a joke. And I would watch a little bit, but I was like, I got to go to bed. This is terrible. So eventually, this last weekend, hunkered down, watched it. And I recommend this movie for different reasons. It's insane that people allowed this to go to theaters and allowed the world to see it because it is horrific. It is so bad. The story's terrible. The editing's terrible. The voiceover dubbing of the sound of the villain, terrible. Like they had to do reshoots, I assume, because
I didn't believe it. It was that bad.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
So that's all I need to say. I mean, if you want to put on a movie that is longer than you hope, that's bad.
Maybe a good drinking movie.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours long, and you're looking at your phone a couple times, like, wow, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say there will not be a Madam Web 2?
Yeah, they were hoping for a universe to spawn out of it, and my God, was that scrapped immediately?
Yeah. Did anyone ever hear like what happened, like why that movie became exponentially bad? Like I always heard that Dakota Johnson was sold on something completely different than what came out. Like she was sold that it was supposed to be part of the MCU.
Yeah, that's what Sydney Sweeney said. Like she thought when she signed up for this movie, it'd be in the MCU.
and it's in the
But it's
Sony
not.
shitting universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, gotcha.
Biggest gotcha.
We might put you in Venom. Isn't that good?
Is that good enough?
Yeah, is that good enough? Not in Captain America, though. No. We're
Oh.
not going to associate with that. But yeah, no, I think that's a great review. I think that's as good as it gets. Unless, Boo, have you seen it?
I have not.
Yeah, I'm not going to see it.
I don't think I will either.
Yeah. Well, Brad, thank you for that. Thank you for anything else you want to add
Thank you
to
for
it?
taking one for the team.
Seriously, dude. Anything else you want to add?
No, not great. But I actually was able to see a movie in theaters. Was able to see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Did I
Oh, those you too? Okay.
So, yep, I was able to see that, and great movie. When it ended, I was like, wow, I'm hyped for this trilogy.
Yeah.
Because I thought the story was really cool, looked amazing, really liked the characters and the voice acting and all that. And yeah, and now I need to go back and rewatch the trilogy just like you did, Vu, to appreciate it even more. So yeah, I watched it with Bianca, and she has not seen the trilogy before, so she had a lot of questions.
I bet.
But she's excited to go back and watch. Yeah.
What did you think for what it sets up the future being? Are you like? I was like, yeah. Like I was like fist punching the air.
Because Vu, you haven't seen it yet, right?
I have not, but feel free to.
No, don't spoil it.
But I am excited. Like it. I think there's definitely going in. I had expectations of what I thought, and going out there, I was surprised. Like I was like, oh, I didn't kind of expect this angle.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it would be more like these people instead of like, oh, it's actually these people. So I'm excited. Vu, I think you should definitely see it in the movie theater too. That's definitely a movie theater movie. But
what do you think, Brad, of my take last week that it was a kind of a religious movie? Like, did you get that at all?
Oh, for sure.
Not like religion and like it's a Christian movie, but the idea of Caesar.
And the idea of like religions and how different people take them.
Everyone walked away, luckily. Okay,
and kind of skew them.
Okay,
you know, because like that guy, what is it like? Man, what's his name? Prometheus.
Proximus.
Proximus Caesar. Like
Proximus Caesar. Yeah,
he thinks he's like the next Caesar, but really he just wants power and control, and he uses the teachings and uses the influence of this essentially Jesus of the apes, Caesar, to make his own kingdom.
Yeah, man. I mean, I didn't expect it to be so deep either, and I should have known that from the last few movies, but I just thought, again, this is going to be one of those movies where, like, holy crap, when by the end of this, we may have 7 movies that are, like, great. Right now, they're on that trajectory. I really liked it, man.
Then William H. Macy's human character.
Oh, my God. The worst human. The worst person.
And then he just gets choked out. Like, she has no shame. She's like, oh, fuck you. You're going to fuck my plan? You're dead.
Yeah. Well, he deserved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, great. And then the ending's being set up, you know, when Mark Wahlberg comes in and goes, hey, it's the Planet of the Apes. I thought that was really good. Oh, Vu's back. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, shit.
Hope I didn't miss anything good.
See the movie? Oh, and then Vin Diesel when he came in that
in the car.
Yeah, and
and it transformed.
Yeah. It transformed. Yeah, and they go family. So that was good. So yeah, see Kingdom of Planet Apes exactly that way. Cool, man. Is that anything else you guys want to say? And then I can go to my 2 movies.
No. It's Moana time.
Yeah, it's Moana time. So I told you guys this over the text. The weekend, Moana was my favorite movie of the weekend. I watched that. Furiosa is really good. Sorry, but I watched Furiosa again. So it was like I saw it with Lindsay to finally catch up and watch it. But yeah, Moana was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen on my TV. I have a brand new OLED that I've or it's a year now, but I've spent a lot of money on it. And to be the best picture quality. You know, it's one of those things where I grew up wanting this TV 10, 15 years ago when I worked at Best Buy. And now that I got it, I want to watch things on it whenever I can, especially in good quality. And I was blown away by Moana's one, the quality of it is fantastic, but the story itself really surprised me. I think one of the big reasons I didn't want to watch it was a singing. There's singing in it, and I was just maybe back in 2017, or 18, whatever year it was, I just for some reason was just not in the mood to see something like that. I also don't really like human characters like that. Like I guess I can understand Frozen because there's like a mystical part to it. I could understand any Pixar movie because usually it's not a human related aspect, but I'm such a fan of Pixar. But when it comes to Disney films, I thought it was gonna be like another like Tangled or like honestly like another Frozen. I'm not really into Frozen. So I really enjoyed watching this. I thought the story was really good. I thought The Rock was hilarious in it. I thought the Moana characters are very likable. I love the grandma until she passed away. But like, I love the water feature. I just thought the chicken was fucking hilarious to me. Like, I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad you guys convinced me to watch it because I don't think I would have ever watched it. Again, it was just beautiful to watch. Every second I'm looking at the screen, I'm like, how did they make this? It looks better than Pixar. So,
okay, this reminds me. This doesn't remind me of anything, but I just had a cool thought. We should start doing a circle of recommendations, and like I choose a movie that Vu has to watch. Vu chooses a movie you have to watch, and then you choose a movie I have to watch for the next week.
Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now.
I love it.
You guys want to do it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Oh my god. Oh, we're putting me on the spot. Okay. Vu, have you seen The Greatest Showman?
I have not.
All right, that's your movie.
The Greatest Showman. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Zac Efron and Zendaya.
So then Vu would recommend a movie to me?
Yeah.
Vu, you recommend a movie to me?
I don't have one on the top of my head.
Think about this, okay? Think about that.
Yeah.
Brad, I'm recommending to you The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
I have seen it.
Fucking A. That's one of my movies that's like most underrated movies. Okay.
I don't like it because it has a scene where he's swimming in the sharks. I don't like that.
You don't like the sharks?
I don't like the sharks.
I don't like it. Fucking A. What's a good movie that
you guys can have time? You can think about it.
Yeah, let's think about it. Maybe I might text you about it.
Yeah.
But Greatest Showman, you gotta see that, Boo. It's a good one.
Okay. Adding it to my list.
And then I saw Hitman this weekend. Wasn't really good to me. It has high reviews.
Really good things.
I've heard good things about it too. Honestly, great acting. The writing was weird to me. The story was weird to me. I didn't add up. I recommend you guys seeing it and creating your own thoughts for it.
Netflix,
to me, I was disappointed. I think that entire movie, I didn't have a lot of info on it. I didn't know it was gonna be a romance movie. I thought it was more of like an action.
I did too.
So it's more romantic. I also thought like it's supposed to be funny. The jokes didn't really hit for me. I thought him dressing up as the different hitman was really funny and really good. But to me, I just was disappointed. Me and Lindsay were kind of like, what? Wait, what's going on? Whereas my buddy Max loved it. He thought it was a fantastic, but he watched it with his new girlfriend of like maybe a month or two. So like it was just, I don't know.
What's the 2-sentence synopsis of the movie? I don't know what it's about.
It's about a guy essentially who is a teacher who becomes a hitman. But he's not really a real hitman. He's a fake hitman to people. But they think he is because he's trying to get them in trouble with the police.
Okay.
Yeah. So I won't say much more than that.
Glenn Powell, though.
Yeah, Glenn Powell's hot, man. He's hot right now.
What do you think about his acting in that movie?
I thought it was good. I thought he was a good actor. Just the story to me was like, what? I didn't really add up to me. I didn't think it was going to end the way it did.
Yeah, because I love to look at Glenn Powell, but I've only seen anyone but you, and I did not think he was very good in that movie.
You didn't see Top Gun Maverick?
I have not.
Have you, Brad?
Yeah.
All right, damn it. That would have been a good one. I'm trying to think.
I guess he hasn't been in as much lately.
So it's this summer. It's like Anyone But You, which made a ton of money. So that's why it was considered successful. Twisters, that's one he's leading in. This movie, which is one of the top-rated Netflix movies of all time by Rotten Tomatoes score. Kind of blows my mind. And then I think there's one more he might be in.
He was in
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Something called Set It Up. And The Dark Knight Rises, he has a very small part.
Yes, he's in the he's in the bank, or he's in the stock exchange in The Dark Knight Rises.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Seems like we're just seeing him at the start of his ascension.
Yeah, I think so too.
I will be curious about Twisters.
I am too. I hope that's another kind of decent movie. Honestly, I don't think that's a bad idea.
The original. That's a fun movie.
I'm thinking about doing that too. Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, so I'll have to.
Especially
has Twister come out?
Not yet. No. No, we will let you know, Vu. We will let you know, my man.
I come to you guys for my movie news, so
yeah, man. All right, well, that's it for reviews from me.
Let's get into the meat and potatoes.
Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Vu, take it away, my friend.
This could be our longest episode ever.
Yeah. Saddle up, ladies and gentlemen.
Cav, can you let Vu 2 into the...
Yes, I can.
Should we break this into two?
We could break this into two. Let's do that. All right, everybody out there, thank you so much for checking out our podcast. I do want to say this. I was listening to a podcast earlier this week. And the idea that we have 1,100, almost 1,200 downloads. We have 36 episodes of this podcast. And I'll say this. It may not be the best podcast in the world. It may not be the most concise. It may not be the most, just, I guess, again, bring it back to being perfect. But I love the idea that we did it. We have 36 episodes that we instead of just waiting to be perfect and then write out the perfect format and, letting perfection destroy something that could have been just a decent idea, let's say. I'm just proud of the fact that we did it. And I listen to this podcast, the idea, I think it's a lot of things that people don't do. They just don't do things. They don't do their creative outlets and do things like that because they want it to be perfect. And as I guess at the end of the day, I'm just proud that we have 36 episodes. I think it's cool that I think we've gotten 36% better since we started this show. Because I like to say 1% better, but it's the idea that we did it. So I'm just proud I get to do with you boys. And I'm happy that we get 36 episodes later. We're doing it together, better than ever, hopefully. So, everyone, download, check us out. We're going to be doing a part 2 to this episode. I guess I got to name this part 1, I guess. And then, we're going to do part 2 for this today. So, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Spotify, follow us on Apple Podcasts. Follow us everywhere you can if you see Filmaholics. Even follow the other guys, too. And hopefully we can help with them.
Share the love.
Yeah, share the love, man. So, subscribe and we appreciate everyone listening. Check out episode part 2 of this episode 36 part 2. We're going to be going through the top.
Now.
Yeah, starting now.